Yo, welcome everybody. It is the 33rd episode of the Get Geeked Podcast. Before we even start, I want to apologize to everybody. We didn't get an episode in last week. I guess a lot of things were happening. Alex here was sick. And yeah, I actually did try to record an episode, but when I rewatched it to check it out, I just didn't like it, so I didn't put it up. So I kept episode 33 for this week. I mean, it's better off that way, anyways. We have everybody here. You know, have more of a full episode.
Yeah, I mean, people understand. Shit happens, and that was something we didn't really do much about.
I mean, I really don't like missing a week, but it was such. It wasn't like I didn't have any. I didn't have anything to talk about. And try to make.
You just made like a full-blown pogo.
Try to make like 30 minutes of like content like with nothing. It's kind of hard because I was just like trying to BS it, and then just when I re-listened to it, I was just like, I could tell that I'm BSing. So why even put it out?
We won't put it out if we think it's not good enough for you.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, we got things to talk about this week. We got Alex back out of the sickness. So welcome to our special spooky edition, I guess.
Speaking of spooky edition,
it is the week of Halloween. So, happy early Halloween. Everybody be safe out there when you guys go out trick or treating.
Did you get out of costume yet?
No. In fact, I'm actually like probably gonna go as Steve from Stranger Things, season 3. Because it's the easiest thing to do, like the easiest thing to grab.
Jeez, is that the Scoops Ahoy?
Mm-hmm. Scoops Ahoy, Steve. Because the costume's so simple, like it's just a Scoops Ahoy outfit.
Yeah.
So I might do that. Either that or I might just go like nothing. I don't know.
You should do what I do and go to like the dollar store, but because it's never the season that like it's supposed to, get like a Christmas ornament and just keep it with you and just say your Halloween costume is just being a couple months off.
Dumb. Nah. Shoot, what else was I going to say? Oh, and then also, if you guys are watching and you notice me looking the other way now, I have my computer on the other side, and it's a little weird, so when I'm looking now, it looks kind of weird, but yeah, so if you notice me looking away and on the other side of the screen than usual, that's why I'm looking over there. I'm just making sure everything's running correctly.
Just like that, you ruined somebody's night. They were just so used to it the other way around.
I know, because I'm usually staring the other way, and now I'm staring this way, which is a little weird. Like I'm looking at myself, and it looks strange, but whatever. Everything will be back to normal within 2 weeks. I'm doing a little bit of rearranging, so it is what it is.
Speaking of rearranging in 2 weeks, that's going to be pretty much our moving day, so expect big changes on this side.
There you go. Hopefully for the better, maybe.
No, like I'm setting up a whole dedicated section for my setup and gaming setup, because since we're gonna have a living room now, we're gonna be able to have all of our gaming gear in the living room, and I'm gonna have like a small dedicated area on the side of our bedroom for my computer. So
there you go.
No more of this moving around, recording in the kitchen.
Hopefully no more sounding like you're in the bathroom.
Well, it's a small room, dude. Plus, I'll be able to set up the mic with my extra sound gear, so expect clearer voice and hopefully better audio, too, because I kind of want to upgrade my webcam, too.
There you go. And then with that, I mean, let's get into it, man. The cool thing about... And then, let me see. I know one of our topics is about El Camino. Alex is going to be the only one going over that. Because even though I was supposed to watch it, something came out this week that took up all of my time. And that thing is Call of Duty Modern Warfare. This game on full release is, to me, more fun than I thought it was gonna be. Like I can't I didn't think it was gonna be this cool. Because one of my gripes was on the beta, they really had no way of knifing, and I am a fan of these knives only and Unseeable Ninja, and so I kind of emulate these guys. And on the beta, like there was no knifing option, but if you guys pre-ordered the game like I pre-ordered the game, it actually comes with a blue Bowie knife. Not Bowie, but it's a blue knife.
Wait, hold up. Hold up.
Mhm.
I pre-ordered the game too, but I don't think I got that.
No, you do. You have it. What you got to do is if you have to go to the armory first, and then you go to melee, and the blue knife should be there, and that's how you equip it.
What the fuck?
Yeah, if you go to just your weapons and try to equip it there, it's gonna say that it's locked, but it's not really locked because if you pre-ordered the game, it comes with the knife unlocked. But you have
Now, what
to.
is that? Supposedly, do you get that from the code that they give you from the pre-order?
No,
or?
it's in the game already. You just have to go to the armory. When you go to your weapon selection area, or before you go into your weapon selection area, there's another thing at the bottom that says armory. You have to go to there, select that, and when you go to armory, then you right bumper, I think. Yeah, right bumper to scroll to melee, and when you go to melee, it'll show you the knife, and then you choose the knife. You also should have the M4 fully loaded too, because that's the two weapons that come with your pre-order: a fully loaded M4 and the blue knife.
That's what I spent my entire first 20 levels
Trying to
focusing
do
on.
is level up your M4. Yeah, I mean, I did the same thing. I did the same thing for the first couple of days until and this is one of the reasons why I feel like following a streamer is a little bit not important but good for playing games, is because certain streamers will tell you these things because other people don't know where to look. So I follow a streamer. I follow a streamer called Sparrows, and he actually showed me how to find these locked weapons that, if you pre-order the game, are unlocked for you.
See, okay, we're gonna need to talk about this afterwards because I need to make sure I get that. But see, just like this, if there was anyone watching, a couple of the guys that we play with, if they had pre-ordered it. No, they know.
Oh, they know also because we kind of found out at the same time.
Well, that helps me because I was chilling with you guys and I didn't know jack.
In fact, you know what though? That same night, I think me and the guys talked about it after you got off.
Damn, so you did me dirty.
Well, it never. The thing is, the subject never came up at that time because really. I kind of got over using the M4, even though the M4 is one of the best guns in the game right now. It's it's basically made for any situation. I kind of got over it, and I'm into using the MP5 and a knife. So I'm running around knifing guys and SMGing guys. So
Gabe, I'm gonna tell you something. This would have helped out a lot when we were getting creamed by those guys.
Not really, because those guys were spawn locking us, dude. There was no way any weapon could have got us out of that spawn trap.
No, they spawn trapped us. They were following our map movements and pretty much calling out where we were supposed to be. We were lucky enough to get away with 9 kills?
Yeah. See, so that's why
of them had 30, 20, and something.
That's why I think having a fully loaded weapon wouldn't really help, because they were using the map to their advantage, or they were using the knowledge of the map to their advantage.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
That was probably the worst I've ever had my ass handed to me before.
Because me and the homie Matt actually played that map last night, and we dominated that map because we were kind of using the same map knowledge.
Speaking of, we were getting like Infinite Warfare and Advanced Warfare. Once we learned that map, we were on a roll for a good while.
Because like a lot of the times, and it's actually more true to this game than all the other than all of the other Call of Duties. Map knowledge is almost key in this game because they're not using the same 3 lanes type design for their maps anymore. These maps are just basically like, like just weird, oddly made maps where there's
It's
middle, under, top, like you got 3 different stories, and there's open windows everywhere. So there's hidden little like trenches and all that stuff. So like you kind of have to have the knowledge of the map.
Yeah, it actually looks like that's what they were trying to do, is make it so, people wouldn't learn it as soon as possible, because now just playing through the game, you have so many levels. There's doors you can open and close. There's windows. There's one thing that actually plays against it, which I kind of have a gripe about. They haven't really done it much throughout the games, but I wish it was an option, is changing the point of view or the field of view, the FOV, to just give you a little more on the sides, because it feels like you're so just looking so close. Because when you see somebody in the corner of your screen, it's hard to see because they kind of blend in.
Okay,
so I wish it just gave you a little bit of a view.
So point of view is one of the main subjects that it's a thing for the console players, but that's why PC has the hands up, because one of the homeboys that we play with, Jason, the bearded man, he's playing on PC. Now PC gives you point of view. You could stretch your point of view. So if you are a person who plays and wants a better POV or point of view, get the PC version. Yes, you're not going to get that little piece of the game that PS4 gets before everybody else, but you have better graphics and a better point of view, like field of view. I'm sorry, not POV, FOV, field of view.
So it's FOV. So if you're playing Xbox, it might be worth it. Which I am, and it sucks because I'm already almost like level 25, and I am going to get
no, here's the thing. If you're going to switch, if you're going to switch to PC, you could transfer over your all of your all the stuff that you unlocked, everything that you've done. You could transfer all of that to your PC. There's a way
not PC to console.
No, you could go from PC to console as well. There's a way to do it. I forget how, but if you look it up, there is a way to do it. There's tutorials for it on YouTube now as well, because I actually checked for it. So so for you guys that are planning or want to switch console to PC or PC to console, and you want to keep all of the stuff that you've done and your progression and everything like that, you're still able to, because the thing is the game is connected to your Activision account, and that's actually what you're transferring, is your Activision account to whatever you're playing on. So you get to keep all that, which is a cool thing for the game. The only thing...
And lucky enough, just real quick, lucky enough for those of us who got it pre-ordered, we actually had a pretty good chance to get some decent names in the game already. So just saying, the longer you wait, the harder it is going to get a name that you kind of like.
Yeah. The only thing is, like, even though it is cross-platform, they need to find a way to give us cross-platform party chat, because I kind of, I haven't figured that out yet. Like, the homeboy that's playing with us that's on PC, he's actually using the Xbox app to actually talk with us. So like,
and when I'm playing with you guys, I'm using the Xbox to play, but using my phone for Xbox party chat.
Which is weird. I don't know.
Because if you didn't know, I guess it's think of it kind of like a grid. So if our NAT type is restricted on both ends, it just makes it that much harder. But I was also looking up that it might have just been my wire connection, but the thing is, like, it says I wasn't connected at all. to chat. So I think it was one of our NAT type restrictions that was doing something like that. So if it did work,
I know for a fact my NAT
and we
type
could all
is open, so just so it's not me.
Yeah,
Because mine says open. But yeah, it's. I mean, I gotta say this game is actually really good though. I was a little worried about it, like I said about the knifing and stuff, but I picked up the knife and and they just a couple days after, or the day right after launch day, they actually gave us free for all, which I was like, where the hell is my free for all? Like, you know, but they actually gave us free for all. They've also just added 20v20 and 30v30 team deathmatch instead of just the ground war domination, which is pretty cool as well. Although I've been living kind of on free for all because it's the easiest place to knife people. Sound whoring is like top notch in this game because everyone has sound, unless you're smart like me and you're using dead silence, and just constantly killing people. Because the thing about the dead silence on this game is it will tick down and go away, but it levels back up as long as you keep on killing people. So basically I could almost have an infinite dead silence as long as I chain my kills, which is pretty cool. And if you're good at the knifing, or if you're moderately good at knifing like I am, it actually helps out a lot. Like, you actually get a pretty long time in dead silence, which is pretty cool.
And this, guys, is what it's like to play Xbox with Gabe, the knifer sniper.
Because it's fun. Like, I get like
in every single aspect of the game.
Like, I get that people like to just run and gun and all that good stuff and everything like that. That's fun for a little bit, but that gets boring to me for like after a while. So I need a bit of a challenge, and I'll tell you what, knifing and sniping is pretty hard. So if you could get good at that, you know, and then just trying to get good at that is the fun part for me. Like, people would get frustrated doing what I do because it is kind of hard to sneak around like a ninja knifing people in this game, because it is kind of hard, especially when you're going against like ARs and SMGs and Korean sniper rifles and all that crazy stuff. But if you figure out how to do it, it feels good and it's fun. I don't know, it's fun. It's just fun for me. The co-op is so freaking hard though. I'll tell you that much. Like, me and my friends tried it, and we get to a certain level, we get to a certain part and just can't finish it. And then I heard the campaign is really good, but I haven't played that yet. In fact, I'm thinking I'm saving it and maybe gonna try to stream it. So, but don't hold me to that. So
we always say that about everything. We're gonna save the solo actual campaign for later, but we just end up never playing it.
Yeah.
But the cool thing is that I'm really kind of digging right now is I'm not really sure what they're gonna bring in terms of in-game purchases, because as of right now, it's just like a calling card and a couple other things in one pack. Maybe they'll bring out a pack for like aesthetic stuff, but as of right now, to get most of the players you can get in multiplayer to play, you just have to play the campaign or co-op mode, which is kind of cool. So you can earn it without having to spend money to hopefully get it. But even if they do, I wouldn't be that mad, considering they already gave us that option.
Or some of the some of the characters you could unlock by just doing multiplayer tasks. Because I know I unlocked one of the characters by I think it was like a certain amount of kills with an AR or something like that. And
I already unlocked that red shirt girl that we keep seeing in multiplayer.
Yeah. That's the one I have. Yeah, that's the easiest one to unlock. In fact, I don't even want to be that character. I think I accidentally like selected her when I unlocked her, and I don't know how to unselect her.
Seriously?
Yeah. I don't know. Like,
I did.
It's weird.
I remember I went there a couple times, but you just got to get to that point where you see both of the factions and who you have selected.
No, I know.
I think it's just pressing Y.
I go there, and I'm choosing the other faction because I like the other faction looks better. But every time I play, I notice that when I die, I'm the girl. So I'm like, wait, I thought I changed my character, but I guess I didn't.
That's
Yeah.
weird. I guess we got to check it out after this.
Yeah. No, it's basically one of the things I need to do. I also need to work on some of my guns because I think I just everything. Okay, here's my thing. Every time you unlock an attachment, it puts a green dot on your weaponry, and that green dot bugs the heck out of me. So I always need to make it disappear every time. So I will accidentally put an attachment on a gun that I don't want because I need to get rid of that green dot. So I need to go in and just change up my attachment so that I have my guns the way I want it. Because it's a little weird.
Because right now I'm at the point where there's a green dot on one of my guns and I don't know where the hell it is. I searched through everything, but every time I keep going out, there's a green dot.
It might be like a camo because a lot of times it's in a camo.
I even checked all the camos.
You just have to go.
Weird.
You have to go through everything because I will actually get it to disappear. But the thing is that every time you level up, every time something brand new gets unlocked, which is kind of a cool thing. It's a good thing. But yeah, like I said, that green dot bugs the heck out of me, so I need to get rid of it.
There should at least be like a double secure version of a do you want to batch check everything, you know?
Yeah, that's true. They need that because that would help out a lot for people like us with this whatever you call
anger
it.
inside.
Yeah, for flashing green dots. Get this flashing green dot out of my face.
Leprechauns piss me off.
But yeah, dude, I don't know. And also, just so everyone knows, this new Call of Duty is not like all the rest of Call of Duty. You can't run and gun like you used to, because if you run and gun like you used to, you're just gonna get sniped.
It's weird, dude. It's like the weirdest mix of Battlefield and Call of Duty. Even a little Battlefront in there too. Mm-hmm. It's weird.
Yeah,
it's the craziest thing.
It's a little campy as well because the game makes you play tactical. You kind of have to play tactical. Well, here's the thing: because when I knife, I'm not camping. I'm running around. I'm wanting people to see me because I'm baiting them in. Like if you see me and I run backwards, you better not come after me because I'm actually wanting you to come after me. It's basically baiting people for that knife.
I was talking to you about it earlier, but that's kind of the soy trick. The only thing we ever do when playing Call of Duty, you, me, Anthra, is we stick to a place, small-sided place, run back and forth, but when somebody sees you, you just got to turn back around and they're right there ready for you. Mm-hmm. That's it.
Well, that's it. I gotta say, Thras is a bit more of a camper than we are, but
that's because he's a Scar player who feels like he can't go out in the open.
Because I'm running all over the place just to find someone to see me.
I'm a little more go with the flow kind of thing.
Or if
he's more of like the opposite side.
I like to learn the map, and then I try to find like these hidden passageways to kind of flank him all the time. Because I'm always trying to come up from behind the enemy so I can knife him. That's the technique.
All I know is Strau needs to get back into playing Call of Duty.
Well, I heard
missing some stuff.
No, I heard that he's trying to buy the PS4. He's probably gonna get the PS4 version. I don't know, but that's what he said.
Well, if he does, he needs to start playing because he was kind of the one that started the whole thing.
I don't know if he knows that it's out yet or not, but we'll see. I mean, Thanksgiving's coming up, so
yeah, we're gonna have to talk to him about it eventually.
But yeah, the game is awesome. I love it for right now for what it is. I also I'm hearing more and more rumors coming out of the rumor mill about a battle royale coming out and like after January or in January. So I'm pretty hyped for that. And the game is fun. I love it. I dig it.
I'll admit, Gabe, you kind of turned me over to the HDR side, but now that's all I keep as a secondary.
Because dude, it's it's a one-shot kill, man. It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing, though. I don't like running the sniper scope on that gun either. I actually run the ACOG that it gives you when one of the first unlocks for the gun. I use that.
Yeah, it was the second one. It was 2 muzzles, and then the scope that I use right now was right after.
Because that's really the only way to quick scope with that gun is with that scope. Because with the sniper scope, the ADS time is way too long. You're talking like almost 3 seconds, and 3 seconds means everything.
Oh yeah, yes it does.
So yeah, put the ACOG scope on that bad boy, and it is deadly. It is amazing. I like to run that with either like my MP5 or what's the first gun? I forgot what the first gun is called, but I actually like running that first gun because I built it up. That is the first gun that I built up all the way. No, not the FAL. FAL I run as I run on a different class because that's like that's single tapping. And it's pretty tough to do that, but I mean it's fun sometimes, but it gets frustrating after a while. I forgot what it's called, but it's basically the first assault rifle that you have, and it's not the M4, but it's the one before that. It's pretty good as long as you build it up to the way you want it. It actually shreds, and you run that with the HDR, and that's like a mean ass combo right there. Unless you're wanting to snipe and knife, then you run it with your knife, and yeah, badass. Although I hear the trick is to run the knife. Whoa, what is that? Do you hear that? What is that? Wait.
Sorry, that was a fire truck going by my house.
Oh.
My bad. I couldn't say anything because it was super loud.
Crazy. I didn't think you were that close to the road.
We are right behind a road, like one of the main ones. So.
Okay. Where was I at? Did I just
you're talking about unless you want to snipe, but you're talking about the first.
Okay, the knifing class. One of the techniques is to run the knifing class with what's that melee? It's the ride shield. Yeah, run it with the ride shield. God. Because you could actually run up to somebody with the ride shield while they're shooting at you, and wait for them to waste their whole clip. And while they're changing their clip, that's when you switch to your knife and just run up to them and knife them. Because you actually go faster once you switch from shield to knife. So there's a class. So you get 2 options.
So there's Call of Duty for you guys.
It's fun. If you guys aren't playing it, play it. I mean, give it a try. It's actually fun. You know?
Yeah, pick it up. I mean, the download is one thing. It's gonna take like a day to get over that because it's a big file.
Yeah.
But
it also comes in packs. And here's the thing: make sure every pack is downloaded, because here's the problem we've run to 3 days in a row. Because me and my friends would want to play co-op. So when we go to co-op, we find out, oh, mine's not installed yet. For some weird reason, Activision will not install some of your packs when it's supposed to. And the thing is, when you buy it, it actually comes with all the packs, but that co-op pack doesn't want to install for some weird reason. So you do get co-op with it. You just have to install it. You have to go back to the store and install it yourself instead of having it installed with the rest of the packs. So
was that the problem that we were running into with the co-op?
Mm-hmm. So you actually do own it. You just have to install it. Because it happened to me, and then it happened to the homie Clint when we tried to play with him, and then also the homie Matt as well. All 3 of us didn't realize that it didn't install when we were installing everything else. So yeah, Activision, that's kind of weird. I don't know what you're doing with that, and I don't know why you'd put it into packs. I don't know why it just wasn't like in like maybe just 2, maybe. I don't know why it need 5 different packs. kind of weird. But yeah, it is a big file, but well worth it, I guess, at the end.
Yeah. All right. So
you want to talk about this?
We're doing Pogo or
no? Let's go El Camino, and then we'll go Pogo.
All right. So
take us through this. I haven't seen it, so
since I'm gonna drop a couple things, semi-spoiler, non-spoiler warning here, because I'm not gonna ruin it for a lot of people, because it's a lot to take in. It's kind of like ordinary, but it's a lot to take in. But I'm not gonna ruin it for a lot of people, so I'm just gonna drop one or two things. Something that happened in the show, which should have been obvious, but only has gained clarity through the movie. But I'm going to talk about it anyway, since apparently it was technically in the original episodes, so it's not really much of a difference. So this movie, the premise is, if you didn't know, it's a Breaking Bad movie, which has to do with the Breaking Bad episodes, which is in the same universe as Better Call Saul, which is kind of like what happened before. So El Camino is technically what happened after. What happened after Jesse got away from the Nazis and Walter destroyed the place with his car gun, and Jesse got away in the quote-unquote El Camino, which was, I believe, I forgot what his name was, but he was the redheaded guy who shot what's her name? Fuck, I forget what her name is. She had the two kids with the poison in the cigarette. If you know the show, you know what I'm talking about. But he has his El Camino, and that's essentially what the premise of the movie is. Going on from him escaping in that car to years down the line where he's become this person who has used all those experiences to deal with some new experiences and just become kind of the person he can be without getting into all this trouble. So one of the main things that a lot of people were talking about when it came to El Camino was the realization that after Walter got shot, he did not get captured by the police. He actually did die and bleed out right then and there, which is in some episodes, but it's a little more clear in the TV show, in the movie El Camino, because they tell you, he did die, but a lot of people were finally just getting that realization that he actually did die and didn't get captured and is still alive and died from the cancer or whatever. No, he just died right there on that floor in a meth lab that he spent pretty much the few years of his life becoming Walter White.
Well, I mean, the thing is,
meth criminal.
On the season finale, or the show finale, the reason why people think that he might have still been alive was they didn't really show him die. They show him get really, really hurt, but they
showed him hurt. They showed him laying down on the meth lab with a shot wound, but
he wasn't like.
It could have been perceived.
It didn't show him die, so everyone thinking like maybe he survived.
Maybe, but even so, he still would have died considering he was really sick. And seeing how far the movie goes, I'm not going to try to ruin it for a lot of people, but the main premise is just showing how, if you didn't know, the show has a lot of dog references, which kind of do have to do with Jesse, how he's like kind of like a straggly stray dog that's just trying to be good intentioned. And it's kind of showing him growing up, being an adult, and kind of, people like to say, taking on that aspect of Walter by wearing sweaters, becoming very well versed and understanding the love of science that he has. But there are some extra stories. There's a really cool scene that I'm not going to tell how it happens, but I'm going to tell you kind of like the rundown, and then you'll see when you watch it what led to such an amazing scene. It kind of made my love for movies come together because it's a movie you wouldn't expect it, but there is a shootout, kind of like a Western, look at each other, stare them down, and then after a count, you pull out your gun and shoot with like two handguns. And for them to do that in this kind of movie, it was like my love of movies coming all together, and it was just an amazing realization of why don't people do this kind of stuff anymore, because it's still like a show of skill without being like, I'm going to be the pansy guy who's going to just shoot you in the back of the head without you realizing, kind of thing. So it honestly, it gives a lot of awesome respect to some of the most iconic video movie tropes, and that's really cool to see in the directing of this movie. But if you love Breaking Bad, if you love very revealing stuff, because the only reason they would have made this movie was if there was a lot more of a story that they needed to tell you. And I'm not going to lie, it is. If you were into the story of Breaking Bad, there's a lot of stuff that would clear up pretty much everything you would want to know. There's no questions left unturned. There's no stones left unturned. They tell you what happened to the money. They tell you what happened to Jesse. They tell you what happened to everything going on. It's kind of a breath of fresh air if you take the chance to rewatch Breaking Bad. So on my scale of movies, I'd probably give it a solid 8 out of 10, maybe even an 8.5, but it is kind of slow. There's not as much.
8 out of 10. So what drops it to 2 points then?
Okay, so I'll get into that. There's not as much action as you would have hoped for something that had to do with Breaking Bad. I want to say it's like it's an understanding.
Let me stop you right there for a little bit, because fans of Breaking Bad, if you're a fan of Breaking Bad, it doesn't have to be all action, because a lot of Breaking Bad was the storyline. It was the tension. It was the what's going to happen. That's what made that's what made Breaking Bad so good.
So I'll describe it like this. It is the story. It is the understanding and the realization of all what's going on. But this is where kind of like they don't get into it, because it's the telling of a view of somebody else's story. It's not seeing it happen. It's not like seeing them go through it. It's like a scene of them going, wow, that really happened. So that kind of drops it down, because you would like to see them like relive it. And there are even some scenes that they had to remake where you can clearly tell that Jesse is like older, and they're trying to dial it back to make it look like he's that teenager that he was when filming it, the kind of maybe mid-late 20s, right out of high school kind of thing. But like, it is a good movie. That's why I say it'd probably be like 8.5, maybe even a 9, but those 2 points is definitely I think of it as kind of like less
a visual thing, like, because they don't show you what you want to see.
But
just
think
more
of
just
it this
recap
way.
it.
Big Fish is a movie where they tell you the story, but then they kind of give you the rendering of like, wow, I actually saw this happen.
Yeah, they show you.
But with him, it's just kind of like a viewing of like, he's kind of like in the story, but he's kind of like there, kind of narrating it. He's older. It's just, there's that disconnect, but it's still very good.
Which is fine, because I guess for like a rating like that for Breaking Bad is actually good, because for me, when I say best show ever, it was between Breaking Bad and
Game of Thrones, except for the last season.
Yeah, I mean, so and Breaking Bad wins overall because their finale, their last season, their last episode was so good. Like it finished and it made you feel satisfied. Whereas Game of Thrones, their last season was a debacle. Like, yeah, we won't need to get into that.
No, I would like to say that there's that fine line, and over here is Breaking Bad, and over here on this side is Dexter, Game of Thrones, Sopranos.
Dexter.
So it's that difference.
I don't know about Dexter.
Yeah.
I think Dexter's a little bit further back behind Game of Thrones, man.
No, it's pretty bad. It's just like the ending. Man, once he got rid of his son, gave it to his sister, and then he like ran away. That was the most anticlimactic thing from someone like Dexter.
Yeah, but I'm what I'm saying is it's worse than Game of Thrones. I think Game of Thrones is a little better. Like,
oh yeah, no, it is. It's just that the coining of the term for shows that drop off right at the end.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Where I would put it.
That is true. That is true. But yeah, Breaking Bad, top notch, best show ever. And I guess for their movie to get an 8.5 maybe, I guess that's still pretty good considering that it was the best show ever made.
No, but yeah, there
at
are
least in my opinion.
Yeah, if you do enjoy that stuff a little more, watch it. It could totally be like a 9.5 for you. It's just, it's just coming from my perspective because there is that disconnect. If I'm going to see it happen, I want like a big fish, kind of like it's like it happened. Right. So it's kind of like bringing back Breaking Bad without having to actually rewatch it. But with that kind of stuff, it would actually kind of help if you did rewatch Breaking Bad. So
right on. There you go.
No, still a watch.
El Camino.
Also, real quick, kind of long. It's 2
hours.
Well,
I mean, it's better off that way. I mean, it's supposed to be a movie, right? I mean,
especially since like they're trying to describe a lot and explain a lot of like the time that passed.
I think Breaking Bad people would understand it. I mean, because especially if you watch the show all the way through, there like you had your very very like amazing episodes, and then you would have your explainer episodes that were just like kind of like in anime when you have filler episodes. You'd have explainer episodes for Breaking Bad, so it was like more of a slow pace, just story beat episode.
There would even be those episodes that are like, you knew they were setups, and you're just like, oh man, in 5 episodes, I can't wait to see how this plays out.
Yeah, exactly. So I think Breaking Bad people, the Breaking Bad fans, will understand why the movie has to be so long, and understands why there's not full action, because Breaking Bad was never really full action to begin with. It was more of the story of the show, which is what made it really, really good. Because it was the first time anyone ever told a story like that.
Yeah. So I mean, still watch it, but if you don't know what you're getting yourself into, it might be a little dry for you. So make sure you watch.
If you don't know it at all, I would say watch the show first before watching the movie.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Because
don't even bother.
The show will explain everything, and plus it's a fun ride. I've actually gotten a couple of people to start watching the show, and they've gone through and they finished it and liked it. Mm-hmm. So it's a good show, Anything else for El Camino before we go on?
No, but I got one thing.
What?
This might be a little weird, but I got one thing.
Chewy? Dumb. What's weird about Chewy?
Nothing. He's cute. That's what it was.
You said I got something. It's a little weird, but so.
No, I was saying like being a little weird because I had to pick up the computer and move it around a little bit.
All right. Well, let's get into something.
I didn't make anybody sick.
I like, but don't know if you guys are getting sick of hearing about. But I mean, I like it and I like to talk about it, and I'm pretty sure you guys know what it is. We're talking Pokemon Go. Well, it's been the Halloween event. Let's talk about that first. I've grinded for the whole first week and came out with 2 shinies. One which was kind of unexpected and not really wanted, but kind of like okay, I'll take it. Because Ponyta's useless, dude. A shiny Ponyta. I didn't want a shiny Ponyta. That's not what I was looking for, but I got it. And,
I wanted just to have it. Blue flames are cool.
Well, hey, I'll trade it to you. I'll give it to you.
I already got one.
I
I
was
already got one. I'm cool.
I'm out there hunting ghosts, not flaming horses. You know what I'm saying? And then I got my shiny haunter, or not haunter. What's the first form? I keep on forgetting. Ghastly. I got the shiny Ghastly, which got me pretty hyped for that. And those were the only two I've gotten out of the whole week of grinding. So we'll see. This is the last week of the Halloween event. It's gonna end on Thursday, I believe. So I'm gonna try to do a little bit more grinding for those last 3 days. Alex here has been grinding and nothing, right?
I've been grinding for a cool like 4 or 5 days straight. Not a damn thing. Not a damn thing.
I just really think you're doing it wrong. I don't know what it is that you're doing.
How am I playing a game wrong?
I don't know.
I'm clicking on the Pokemon. It's not like there's a setting I have to be like, give me less shinies.
I don't know, man. I really don't know. But I mean, yeah, because like I grind it near my work because that's the only time I've had to do it. So as soon as I clock out of work, there's a 4-stop lure that I go there. Oh, what was that? Your shiny Ponyta? Stupid.
And my Rapidash.
Yeah, useless though.
But it looks cool.
He's useless. I like to get the useful ones. But yeah, I have a 4-stop lure right out of my work, and
you know what's useless?
What? That is useless, yeah. But actually, not as useless as Rapidash. I'll tell you that much. Because the evolved form of that is actually, you could actually use it. But yeah, so I walk around my work's neighborhood, which is a pretty good area to walk around because there's raid groups that go around, and there's a bunch of Pokestops and gyms and stuff. And so I walk around with my incense on, and then I go to the 4-stop lure, and I actually I lowered that stop, all those 4 stops all up, and yeah, just grind it out and I came out with 2 shinies. Even though, yes, 2 out of a whole week is really kind of bad, and I hear these other people I don't know, just they're getting all these shinies. I just don't understand. I don't get it, but at least it came out with 2, not 0, like Alex.
Man, I'm thinking about it like you. I don't know how 2 or even like 3, and I'm still sitting here. Like, I've clicked on probably. You know what? I'm gonna give you a live number of how many Ghastly I've clicked on and how many shinies I've gotten. Guarantee the number is still going to be 0.
How long is this going to take?
I'm already here.
So what's the number? Come on, drum roll. I thought you said you're already there.
Damn, give me a second. I have to go. I'll just doing this for time.
Okay. Yeah.
So, okay, doing the math, I have, in this event alone, clicked on more than 124.
That's not a lot.
It's, well, based on Ghastly, based on all the other Pokemon I've clicked on too for this event, 0. The entire event, I've seen 0.
So wait, but are you saying 100 the whole lifetime, or 100 just during this event?
No, the whole lifetime's like 500-600.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that's a lot.
Because I knew the number before because I was interested, and then I'm adding on what I've probably seen, and it comes out to about 120 something.
Okay, well, let's get off the Halloween event and let's talk about some more exciting news about Pokemon Go.
Oh wait, real quick, what's your number for Darkrai?
What do you mean? Like how many I have, or what's my highest IV?
Yeah. Well, both.
Well, my highest IV, I want to say it's a 96 or a 98, because I have it has perfect stats on attack and HP, and I think it's only like 13 on defense, which is pretty cool. I've done a few of them. I think I've done like 20 of them. So, but I don't have 20 because he is really, really hard to catch, and a lot of them ran away from me. And I've deleted my lowest ones because the thing about Darkrai is he's a mythical. You can't trade him, so he's just gonna sit in your inventory. So I just want to keep my highest IV ones to use because he is the best ghost type and dark type attacker, and which will go into the topic I'm about to talk about now. So if you have your Darkrai, keep your best ones. Just delete the ones that are like really low and like really bad. And this is why it's important to keep him, because he is the best ghost type and dark type attacker. Pokemon Go tweeted out earlier last week that in 2020 they are gonna bring out ranked PvP, an online random PvP, an online random PvP system, meaning that you will be able to gather up your best team and battle random people online to get a world ranking. And I'm pretty sure they're gonna do things with these rankings, because I mean, if you're gonna be ranked number 1, I'm pretty sure they're gonna travel you around to tournaments and have you battle it out, and stuff like that. So it is exciting times, and now it also gives you a reason for why you're catching these Pokemons instead of just catching them just to catch them. Which, I mean, I feel like it's been like they've taken a great while to get to this point, because
yes, they have.
In the first couple of years, after a while, you're just like, why am I catching these Pokemons? I mean, for a person like with my addiction, really catching them and keeping them was just enough, because I kind of I needed to get the new ones that came out. But now it kind of like goes towards something. Now you could actually use them for something. So get your best team.
Get that Darkrai.
Dude,
hey, dude, check this out.
What is that? Oh, 98?
Yep.
Nice.
With Snarl, Stab, and Shadow Ball.
Yeah, Shadow Ball is the way to go. I'm not sure about the quick attack, but Shadow Ball is the way to go. Dark Pulse is a good charge move too, but I don't know, for some reason I feel like Shadow Ball is the better one to go with, just in my encounter. But it is what it is. But yes, I mean, I dig it. They're coming out with online PvP with ranking, which is dope, and I'm excited for it, because now I don't have to hit up a friend and wait for them to reply. I can just battle. In which I'm stuck on a Jirachi quest, which is battle a friend 7 times. So we might need to do something with that. Because I've been like I haven't completed that, and it's like that Jirachi quest is annoying. Also, we found out what that mystery ticket was for on the online on the Pokemon Go system. It is for Regigigas, like I predicted, and you have all the Regis coming out with their shinies. You also have a chance to get Regigigas before everybody else, as well as a few other special stuff. If you're having trouble getting your Unova Stone, you're guaranteed a Unova Stone if you buy the ticket, as well as a Sinnoh Stone and a free stance. I think that's what it was. And yeah, I actually bought one. I might film it. I don't know. The only thing is that I know that I work that day, so I'm gonna have to figure out how to do that. Like, it lasts from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m., so maybe I could just record the 3 hours right after I get off of work. and see how it is. I just hope it's not really stupid hard and just whatever. You know, I hope it's just playable.
Yeah, true.
Are you
But I'm
looking?
there with you,
Are
dude.
you looking up stuff, dude? Online?
Why?
Because you're lagging.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
What you talking about, Willis?
See, and then you turn it off because now you stop lagging.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Why do you
What
do that?
are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about.
Because also your picture was like stuck in the same position for the longest while I was talking. You know I'm looking at that, right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
But yeah, cool. There's like cool things coming out in Pokemon Go. It's got me excited. I don't know if you guys play out there, but it's, you know, good times, dope times. Also, along with the Reggie event, they're coming out with all of like the rock type Pokemons are gonna be out in effect, and Shiny Skarmory is gonna be coming out during that same week. So I think it's the first week of November. So and if you guys know and are excited for the PvP, then you guys know that Skarmory is one of the best PvP Pokemon to have. So having that shiny Skarmory to flex while you're battling people, you know, you kind of have to go for it. So I'm gonna be looking out for it. I'm gonna be out hunting that shiny Skarmory for sure. I think that's about all the news for Pokemon Go for me. I mean,
I am kind of a little pissed because I'm finally starting to realize how rare that thing that I gave you is.
What the green guy?
Yes, the green guy.
I know. That's why I double checked with you before taking it from you. I was like, "Are you sure you want to give them to me?" I'm like,
it's fine. I'm gonna keep going until I find another.
I think I even tripled ask you. I was like, "Are you sure you want to give this to me?" Because I know for a fact how rare he is. Like I knew how rare he is. Like I would not ask you 3 times if he wasn't that rare.
It's fine. Like I said, I'm still gonna go until I find another, and I'm not gonna stop.
I'll tell you, dude, it's gonna take forever for you to find it, dude. Because even OG spoofers are having a hard time finding it. Like it's not an easy thing. It is one of the rarest things in the game.
I'm gonna keep going. I'm not gonna stop. This is my Pokemon training. This is my shiny gold Magikarp. This is my red Gyarados, man. I'm gonna keep going. Oh my
god, dude! I kind of felt weird taking it from you, also, just because of that, also.
But it's fine because it's just eye candy. That's all it is.
But yeah, it is because he's not that great. He's not really that useful, but for some weird reason, is the most rarest thing in the game.
Either way, I'm gonna keep going. There has to be something else. Like there has to be.
He's even
every single Sandshrew.
He's even rarer than his Alolan form. Like people have gotten his Alolan form shiny more often than his regular form, which is weird, dude. I don't get it.
I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna stop.
Why is that? Going. Why is he so rare?
Like I'm gonna keep going until like there's official release that there is a 0% chance to find another in the wild. I'm gonna keep going.
Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, he is a rock type or a ground type, and the Reggie event is a rock and ground event, so you might have a better chance during that first week of November. You never know.
Either way, you better be flaunting the shit out of him.
I did. I kind of stopped after I got my shiny Mewtwo's.
Speaking of, I still need to find your Sneasel.
I know, because the thing is though, I didn't realize how good Sneasel is until I used my only evolved Sneasel against Rayquaza and Mewtwo and freaking Darkrai. That dude is freaking useful. Like, he's good.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't realize how good he was until like I used him, and now I want the shiny form, so I could use the shiny form instead. Like, it's, I don't know, like,
Plus, the color change is pretty cool.
yeah. His color change for the shiny variant is pretty awesome. Like, I dig it.
Unlike Pikachu.
Oh my god, dude. I don't even know why he's a thing, dude. You can barely tell. Him and Squirtle. Actually, all three starters, bro. except for, shoot, what's the grass type?
Bulbasaur?
Except for Bulbasaur's evolved form, because I do like the gold on the Venusaur.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the gold on the Venusaur is actually pretty dope. But with
And
Squirtle,
you gotta dig that. You gotta dig the black Charizard, though.
oh, actually, you know what? You're right. Charizard is pretty dope. I like Charizard, and the gold on Charizard when or not Charizard, the gold on Charmander when you find him is actually pretty cool too.
Mm-hmm.
But
even the Blastoise, I mean, it's kind of cool, but the purple is not too big of a difference.
here's the thing, dude. Squirtle and Blastoise are my guys, but their shiny forms are kind of bad, or is
The
bad.
thing to get is the shiny sunglasses one.
I mean, I
If
have
you're gonna go for one,
I have
I know.
one.
I was saying
I have
if
one.
you're gonna go for one, that's the one to get.
It's really not that great.
It's not, but at least it gives it another layer of red.
Like the color difference could have been better. And then the same thing with Pikachu. It's just like, he's just a tad bit darker. Although the Alolan form shiny,
Yeah,
I want
not that bad.
I want that guy. I want him so bad. Every time I see his raid, I do it by myself. Just the chance of getting him. I don't know. Jesus.
Hey, so I was gonna talk to you. I don't really know that much about the last topic, so if you wanted to cut it here, I don't think I'd really have much to talk about the next one.
Yeah, doesn't
I
matter.
could give like a little bit of insight about it, but I can't. I don't have like a lot of
Well,
info because
tell
there's a lot of
the people
speculation.
what it was that you were thinking about talking about at the least.
People, yeah, the people out there know that Overwatch is a pretty big game, right?
Mhm.
Well, apparently it has been known in the mills for a long time that Overwatch 2 is coming out. And as of right now, there's speculation based on whether or not new characters are coming out, whether it's not going to just be PvP, but it might be like a PvE style. And there's a lot of speculation, but really not many people know fully because, for those of you that know, BlizzCon is going on right now. And if anything's going to come out, that's when it's going to come out.
Yep.
But a lot of the stuff out there is not official, so if you're going to be looking into it, please take every little thing you get with a grain of salt, because it may not be true. There's a lot of speculation, and there are even things about how they think that the logo for the new game came out, but that is still not official yet. So I can't really talk about it since it's not official, and I can't say what is and what isn't. It's all going to be speculation. But once BlizzCon is over, there should be a little more clarity in the air about whether things are and things are not real.
Which kind of works out, because then, like, we could save it for next week, and if something does come out, we could talk more about it. But yeah, and also because the thing is like, dude, if they're gonna release something, it would be at BlizzCon, and if they don't, it's gonna be another year before it actually gets announced. So there you go.
So just know that Overwatch 2 is probably going to be a thing, and to watch out for it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I can really say.
Yep. And then also, I don't know if you bought it, but I saw that Medieval was released. Did you ever buy
Oh
it?
yeah, I have not, because we've been so mixed up with all this moving out in a couple weeks thing. I haven't been able to look at anything. Plus, there hasn't really been much of like excess spending that we could do.
True
So, but I will probably buy it next. I've been looking forward to that game for a long, long time.
Because I mean,
And look forward to probably some gameplay just to see and show you guys what I'm talking about, because I know a lot of you who aren't older than like 20 something probably have no clue what medieval even is.
true that. I wouldn't hold that to Alex though, because remember last time he said he was gonna make a gameplay video. Never happened.
Now we'll see with this new place, because that's gonna change.
We'll see, because we went through like the first like 10 episodes saying there's gonna be gameplay and then nothing.
Yes, I know. But we live in one room in a house with a bunch of children. It's really hard to get stuff done.
I know, but 10 episodes of telling me that you're gonna do a video that never happened.
It'll happen. It'll happen. Plus, there's other things on the mill that's getting worked out. Plus, I have a little more of like a bright future for what our channel is going to hold now that I'm going to have more time and space to make more videos. So I'm looking forward to it. But
there you go.
Just be on the lookout, because you don't know what's going to come up. But I will have more space, and honestly, that's always a help when it comes to making videos. More space, more time.
True that. All right. Well, there you go. That's the 33rd episode. I want to thank everyone that subscribed. Thank you to all our viewers. And with that said, we will see everybody on the next episode. Peace.